Rebels.com joined by 2022 tight end Bennett Christian of Alatoona High School. Helped his team reach the state championship game last season. Seems like, years ago since we played football here in Georgia and really across the country. No spring practice, obviously COVID-19 and what's happened in the world the last few months. But positive is we're on the right track, it seems like. You guys get going in about a week plus on June 15th at Alatoona High School.
Right.
It's been still a very good spring for you as far as recruiting goes. I mean, since the quarantine, offers from schools like Georgia Tech and Pittsburgh and Nebraska and Michigan State and South Florida, and that all led up to this week. In about a 24-hour or so span, Ohio State, Penn State, then Tennessee offered you as well, Bennett. And I know those are some big offers for anybody, but specifically you, being you have connections to Penn State and Tennessee. We'll get to that in a second. Let's go on in the order you received the offers, and let's start with Ohio State. I know you and I, when we met a couple months ago, you mentioned Ohio State. You've been talking to those guys. You had been receiving interest from the Buckeyes coaching staff, and now this week they pull the trigger. Take us through that offer and what that offer means to you.
Well, obviously, it means a lot to me because, it's been such a long process and the whole thing. So, basically started out Coach Wilson. I hit him up. We got in there talking for a little bit, and, Coach Day gets on the line. Coach Day, we're talking for a little bit just about, my game, all this, craziness happening in the world right now. So, after that, went on saying, he loves my game. He loves how I am as a person. And he congratulated me as I got my offer from Ohio State, which, felt like a long time coming, but thank God it happened. It's a blessing.
What you've had Ohio State on your personal list of schools that you like a lot or have high interest in, even before the offer. What appeals to you about Ohio State?
Right. So, just the overall program itself, it's one of the best programs ever doing college football. 8 national championships in the 30s for Big Ten championships. Put so many guys in the NFL, so many Heisman Trophy winners. Overall, they just play football amazingly. But not only that, they love they're really big academics. A 3.28 team GPA. That really just stands out to me. I know they want the best for me as a person, not only as a football player, but if I got hurt, I know they'd still be there for me, because I know they're just really good people. They're all good, godly people, and it's just really a good school up there for sure.
I know it's a place you want to get to. You've yet to visit Columbus. Obviously, this spring and summer pretty much has been ruled out for visits. Hopefully, when the season comes in September, you guys can get back out in between your games on Friday nights. And I know you want to see Columbus as soon as possible and kind of get a feel for the environment there and get some face-to-face time with the coaching staff. Penn State, you had that connection. Your uncle played football there, so you know a lot about the tradition, history in Happy Valley. Talk about the connection, the uncle that played there, and just what that connection, does that mean anything special about this Penn State offer?
Right, yeah. So, growing up, my dad playing at UT and my brother playing there, I've been really just – or not his brother playing there. I've really just been a semi-Penn State UT fan my whole life. So, this offer does mean a lot to me, because, they're close to my family and whatnot. So, yeah, for sure. They've always been high on my list as well of Ohio State before, even got into high school. So that offer, obviously, yes, sir, it means a ton to me.
And talk a little bit about your uncle, what he played, if he's helped you along at all in this process.
Right. So, he played defensive end, and honestly, the main thing he's helped me out in my process is just that genetic gene, he was an animal back in the day, and so really just having that in my blood just really helps.
Tell the Penn State fans who your uncle is, when he played.
Right. So his name was Greg Christian. He played in the mid-'70s under Coach Paterno. He also long snapped there, and, really just good. Good guy overall, sir.
When you take the family connection, out of the picture for Penn State, what are some things you, as just a recruit now in your own world here in 2020, that you like about the Penn State program?
Yeah, they put so many guys tight end specifically in the NFL. It's just they're a great tight end developing team. They put I know they really heavily use the tight ends more so than almost any team in the country. So that alone is just really attracting. But but not even that, just the tradition there, and this is the fan base is incredible. So obviously as a recruit, that's really appealing to me. So the offense is great, and I really want to learn more about it.
Now, you mentioned your father. Your father played in Knoxville. You've been there, obviously, Neyland Stadium.
Yep.
You grew up with kind of, I think, orange in your blood a little bit, without question. I know this offer has to mean not only something to you, but likely just your family overall, your parents.
Right. I mean, everybody's all like, my whole family is texting me, like cousins, uncles, aunts, just say, hey, congratulations. Don't forget about the orange now, like GBO, the orange emojis, all that. And, and there's even Tennessee recruits in me up, like, hey, man, come join us and stuff. So, I mean, they're definitely making it hard on me to, like, to turn the shoulders on. I mean, for sure, I've always been a Tennessee fan. But, I mean, I don't want people to think I'm, like, set on that school because, I mean, right now, I mean, I'm really, like, just open. I'm all the way down to Miami, all the way up to Oregon and Washington. So, I'm not set on Tennessee or any school, so hopefully no one thinks that.
If the Vol fans don't know yet who your father is, give them, I guess, his name, when he played there, what he played, and maybe how he's helped you as a football player.
Right. So his name is Bill Christian. He played there 78, 79, just the late 70s. I know I'm not historical on his career, but I know. So late 70s, we'll say that, under Coach Majors. He played defensive end, and high school he played some tight end as well. Obviously taught me a lot in my game. He just taught me how to be like, hey, just be relentless, be determined to get what you want. I mean, have that vision that you want to get to where you want to go. And so that really just stuck with me my whole life. I just always been thinking about, man, I want to like look up at that scoreboard one day, look at those fans, like just hear that, like, you score a touchdown or something. I mean, I've just been dreaming about that my whole life. And really, if I didn't have him to put that vision in me, I don't think I would, really have that determination to get where I want to go. So, I mean, definitely he's been a great figure to me, and he's helped me out a lot.
Take us through this offer. How did it go down? Did you talk to Jeremy Pruitt? Did you talk to position coach? I mean, take us through the UT offer you got earlier this week.
Right. So I've been talking to Coach Ozovit for a good bit now, and he said like a few weeks back that we're trying to get Coach Pruitt to watch you. That's because they're watching 2022 guys, and yesterday was our first day back in the office, and Coach Oz said that he got Coach Chaney and Coach Pruitt to sit down and watch me. It went really good, really positive, obviously. And then Coach Pruitt just said, man, pull the trigger on this kid. And so thank God, Coach Oz, we got on the phone together. I mean, he congratulated me on that offer for UT. And, obviously it's really excitement going through my body. So it's really good stuff.
I mean, you're double-digit offers. You're going to get more. I mean, you probably would have had a big spring, obviously. If people don't know, your high school is a run, pass every now and then, offensive opportunity, which is successful. You guys got to the state championship game, and, you maximized your opportunities for sure. But I know you wanted to get out and kind of showcase what you can do, with your ball skills, with your route running, body control, speed, things like that. That'll come obviously in time, and you already have a list of offers. I mean, you mentioned – you're open from down to Miami to up to Oregon and Washington and all that. Right. I mean, in the end, is it going to be tough to turn that Tennessee Vols down, knowing the connection you have there and just how familiar you are with that program?
Right. I mean, yeah, everybody expects that, and yeah, it's true. I mean, it's gonna be hard to turn that down, especially just growing up a Vol fan. But I mean, really, I'm just gonna go in the day where it's best for me, where I'm gonna see the field the most, and go where the coaches I know love me, and there's good teammates, good atmosphere. So really, that's what I'm looking for in that school.
Yeah, I mean, I know we talk a good bit. And you're still somewhat in the infant stages of the recruiting process. You still want to get out. You want to see places. You want to build on these relationships. When you do get the chance to get out, hopefully in the next couple of months, starting in the fall, when you get on campus, like at an Ohio State or a Penn State, or if you go to Atlanta, Georgia Tech, or up to Michigan State or Nebraska, what are some things you want to look for? What's kind of on your checklist for schools that you want to see, you hope they present the opportunity to you with? I mean, what's kind of on that recruiting checklist for you?
So mainly the main thing is, what kind of offense they run, what's the fan base like, what are the coaches like, what's the atmosphere like, what's the dorm, like all that stuff plays a huge factor. So basically, when I get up there, that's what I'm looking for with the stadium. The practice, like the teammates, how are they in relation to me? Like, hey, can I fit in with these guys? So that's really the main things I'm looking for is the atmosphere and team and all that. So.
Yeah, about 70 to 80% of your offers have come during the quarantine. So if there is a positive to all this in spring, it has been the growing of your offer list for sure. What have you worked on as a football player, as a tight end during this time? I know I talked to you earlier today. You're in the sand pits. You're out there doing some
Right.
one-on-ones. What have you worked on to kind of elevate your game to that next level, this fall?
Right. So basically, I mean, like playing the Altoona offense, I mean, they bring you to be physical and hit people in the mouth. So really, I'm just trying to build on my, receiving skills. So I mean, every almost like Tuesday, through Thursday, and then on Sunday, I'm training, I'm running, I'm doing cone drills, I'm catching, I'm doing one-on-ones with some of the best DBs in the nation. Going to big Power 5 schools. I mean, Brian Branch is the name. We train together. Victor Pless, some other guys, and then we're just going out there battling every Sunday. Really just, competing and getting my skills better with trainers and whatnot. So, I mean, just, just kind of grind on that receiving side of the ball because, that physical part kind of comes natural to Altoona.
Last question. I mean, how much are you looking forward to now going through this process? I mean, obviously you're just over a week away from getting back to school. I know it's going to be, different, obviously, with workouts and how many can be there right now and what you guys do as you ease back into hopefully, full pads in July and fall camp and the season comes and, early to mid-August here in Georgia. You get out for recruiting, hopefully, September, October, November. What are you most looking forward to about going through this process and ultimately making a decision for you down the road?
This is a dream come true, so getting out there and just visiting these schools and whatnot, it means the world to me. I mean, it's a blessing from God. So, I mean, I'm just really excited to get out there and get it going,
Well, Ben, it's always a pleasure talking to you, man. Let me give you a quick shout-out for your shirt, too, man. I got a son that loves lacrosse, Altoona lacrosse shirt right there.
Altoona lacrosse, baby.
Wearing that. I got one of my kids that plays all the time, loves the sport. But I know if people don't know about you right now, they should. Bennett Christian, 2022 tight end, Altoona High School in Georgia, up to over a dozen offers, a name to know. Again, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck the rest of the summer, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.